Good afternoon, everyone, especially to you, sir. I am Kimberly Gipatalagan Arisgado, and I am going to take this video because I was absent last time, but I'm sorry for that, and hope you understand me. And now, let's talk about our reporting, which is about the teacher in the community, or the teacher's ethical and professional behavior. For our learning outcomes, at the end of this chapter, you should be able to elaborate on communities' expectations from teachers and on teachers' expectation from communities. Number two describes teachers' ethical and professional behavior in the community by giving concrete examples. So, so the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers. Community involvement. The very title of this unit indicates that teachers are expected to be of the community. And to be part of community definitely means to participate in the life of the community. What is that community referred to here? Well, the community is like the outside location of the in our community, just like the outside of the school. And in that part, the teacher must have an activity or an involvement to its community. And in these 8 sections of Article 3 of the Code of Ethics refer to the community within the school and the community outside the school. Well, in this part, it talks about that the school includes everyone involved. It includes the educational process like the teachers, the students, administrators, parents, and support staff. Well, teachers are expected to foster a positive and inclusive environment where everyone feels respected and valued. Like, for example, a teacher might organize a school-wide event to celebrate cultural diversity, promoting understanding and respect among students from different backgrounds. Of course, like kabantay mo sometimes kay naay mga activity outside sa school, like para lang mapart ang outside nga community sa activity sa school related sa school for the students. Also, like example po, brigada eskwela, and nga na we already talk about the report of Miss Igay. So it's really familiar, okay? And now, for the teachers as facilitator of learning. Teachers as a facilitator of learning. Of course, the teacher must facilitate of learning towards the students. Well, in this Article 3, Section 1 states that the teacher is a facilitator of learning and the development of youth. Therefore, shall render the best service by providing an environment conducive for such learning and growth. So the teacher, of course, again, so the teacher must facilitate a learning and the development of youth because, di ba, diri man gud ang mga estudyante halos naagud ang time sa student kinagud sa eskwelahan, di ba? So the teacher must develop a youth nga kanang na isaktong pamatasan, like kuan makakonverse sila ka ng healthy nga environment, tudloan sila sa sakto, nga na. And facilitator comes from the word facilitate, which means make something easy or easier. Like, dapat mo bitaw na facilitator para like maglibog ng student. So, na facilitator para mga student dali makasabot. So, we the teachers must do something that para dali makasabot ang mga students. We are going to facilitate our students, will facilitate our discussion in an easier way. And as the professional teachers, facilitate learning or make learning easier when you make dry lessons interesting, exciting, and enjoyable. That is why we have an energizer, icebreaker, or like we're going to have a kanang hands-on materials para maka-experience sa mga students sana, like activity or like images or audio or video nga ipakita mo sa mga students. So that is why it's very important nga as a teacher we must facilitate our discussion in an easier way. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic. To facilitate learning, a conductive learning environment is necessary. It has been proven that learners learn best in pleasant environment. A pleasant environment is where the learners can be themselves because teachers are caring. No need to put this best self forward because teachers and classmates truly care and take you for who you are. All forms of bullying has no place in a conductive learning environment. Well, as a teacher, we must listen to our students nga makakhatag ta og healthy environment para sa mga students nga walay no bullying para mga students mo pumugan na magganahan pa mo eskwela, like dili sila mahadlok mo eskwela kay ana kay gibully sila. So we teachers must also have, we are open minded para sa mga students kung unsa ilang na feel that time. Okay, we must have a healthy environment for the students. Okay, teachers are caring, we are caring, we must care sa atong students, sa atong co-workers, or anyone in this or in our community. Of course, we must be mindful sa atong words nga kipangsulti. So that is why. And for the next, the teacher leadership and initiative for community participation. Well, in section 2 refers to the leadership and initiative of the professional teacher to participate in community movement for moral, social, economic, and civic betterment of the community. So, of course, the teachers must be able to participate in a movement like moral, like kanang naay moral, naay social, makakuha ka ng economic po challenge. The words in section 2 of article 3 are provides leadership and initiative. Leadership and initiative. The leadership, and what we mean leadership is like we are going to lead something. We are going to lead para sila mosunod pod sa atua. Okay? And the initiative to think that what will be the outcome of our leadership, then what unsa. Okay, and this implies that as professional teacher, you have not to wait for community to ask for help. Instead, you do not just welcome for the opportunity to lead, like dili ka magwat nga mangayo isa tabang, for you have the initiative to think nga unsa ka unsay needed sa para sa mga tao or needed sa community. That is why we need to be mindful about it, and we have the initiative to think nga unsay need or say dapat natong buhaton in order for us to help the community. And because that's how leadership occur. Okay, so in section 2 states that you, the professional teacher, ought to take initiative to offer help for improvement in the better community. In order to have a better community, we have to be a good leader, and we must also encourage to engage the community beyond the school. For instance, a teacher might volunteer at a local food bank to address food insecurity in their community, demonstrating commitment to social justice and helping those in need. Okay, so another is that teachers are expected to foster a positive and inclusive environment where everyone feels respected and valued. Okay, so that is all in my part. So thank you so much for listening.